How's it going, everyone? This is Super Mario Senseless Delirium. I'm Andrew. I'm going to be commentating for the big man right here while he focuses up. He can't actually hear me right now, but yeah, I'm just going to let him walk in because this is quite the difficult and precise run. So I'm gonna get the go from him. All right. Ready when you are, King. I'll give him a little countdown in. Oh god, it's this guy. There we go. Let's do it. Counting down. Alright, let's do it. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, hopefully you got the memo. Should be all good. Yep, looking good on my end. Alright. Andrew game. Alright, so we got CB, one of the greats, one of the legends here, running Senseless Delirium. So this is a Kaizo hack by Red Matt. One of the big Kaizo hacks. I'd consider it the best one personally, but that's for you to decide. CB's going to be starting with a very precise strat here in Glitch Factory, so hopefully he's able to get it. These two wall kicks here into this arch. There's a reason he does a bob buffer there, let's say that. And with that's the strat, he skips a long segment where you do some weird Chuck-ish shenanigans. You get a Chuck invisible again to like re-grab you so Mario's invisible, and then it respawns and Mario respawns and you get a Chucky bounce. That's why that star's called Chucky bounce, but he's gonna be skipping all that. So yeah, Senseless Delirium, very gimmicky, like short stars kind of Kaizo. And that kind of, when you're running like the ISC category like this, intended star count, 40 star, that's kind of that's a blessing and a curse, because pretty much this game is very routable. You can make most stars in this game will be fast enough for the 40 star route. It's just very small differences in what's faster and what's not. So I have no idea what route CB is going to be doing. He's said he's like tooled it a bit for consistency, but we'll see if that's true, because I know what he's going for right here. He's doing a BLJ to skip this metal cap star. Hopefully he's able to get it. Nice, very nice. Yeah, that's a weird one, because that wall is not very. It has weird collision. Very weird. Really mega good luck to CB. I don't know if he's reading the chat or not, and he can't hear me, but yeah, he feels the love. But yeah, this game has 80 stars normally, 40 stars the intended ISC category. So yeah, we're only gonna be getting about half the stars in the game, the faster half, I would say. And yeah, this is a tough category right here. Because like with a short Kaizo run like this, especially with short stars, you want to be getting all the stars first try, you know what I mean? You want to be going for something close to a deathless run. But that is just not necessarily feasible in this. It's probably possible, but like, even CB, one of the best to ever do it. It's tough. It is a tough one. So he did definitely tool his route for consistency, but do expect a couple deaths, because yeah, this is a tough game right here. Aw, unfortunate. So he was trying to do like a double bounce there. He was trying to go through that hole at the top, but unfortunately, he just hitting the ceiling. Dude, my best friend's in the chat. I love AM6. He's like my bestie. Red Slim, don't steal him from me. Yeah, we're gonna give it another try. The deaths in this game, while they are punishing for sure, they are significantly less punishing than they would be in any other Kaizo hack, just because the stars are so short. But then that kind of like balances out, so when you're super optimized with a category like this and with a runner like CB, then deaths will kill your run for sure, and they can spiral out of control very quickly. So yeah, nice thing about this game is all the stages are open right at the beginning, so you can pretty much go to any stage, you can make any route that you want. You can kind of route it by like, oh, I'll do the hardest stages first, but CB I think is going to just be doing like, oh, this is the fastest, most efficient overworld movement. A lot of really cool strats there to skip the intended slope jumps. Very nice work from CB. Yeah, I'm gonna be seeing a lot of very cool strats for the first time myself as well. Just tiny little things he's doing to make these short stars even shorter. I haven't actually ran a 40-star. I ran 80-star back in the day, but I've not done any 40-star runs. So with 80-star, I was just going for consistency more than anything. I wasn't going for a lot of these faster strats, but yeah, he knows his movement. He's fine-tuned a lot of these strats and routes for sure. As you can clearly see. Thank you, Rip. Thank you, Rip. Yeah, so I don't have like his splits or anything, but like routing wise, I would be just as surprised as you guys. Okay, so he is going for this star. This kick right there is insanely tight. Like it's probably 1 or 2 frames input. I'm very impressed that he got that star for sure. That is a really hard star. Way harder than it looks. Just very precise. Very precise air movement and stuff like that. Yeah, the white sand is to indicate QSLB spots. Alright. Taking it careful. It does D-pad there, which is interesting. I guess that does work. Nice. Yeah, gonna be a couple really quick stars in this level. But yeah, this level is like all quicksand. This is technically underwater realm, so this is supposed to be inside some sort of like aquarium or like fishbowl or something, but it's basically just this game's excuse for a quicksand level, Toasted Coast. Yeah, I love his efficient use of pause buffering. Like he like does do pause buffering, but he doesn't like do it at the expense of speed, you know what I mean? He does it like strictly, I am going to do 1 pause here for consistency, and not because I feel not confident with my movement, you know what I mean? Yeah, that was Underwater Realm, pretty cool. Funny thing, that lava there under the pipe isn't actually lava, you can just stand on it. Maybe we'll show that later. Yeah, going to the cap course. This game has 10 main levels for the main courses, and then 3 cap levels. Actually, 2 cap levels? I don't know. Yeah, 2 cap levels because there's no advanced cap. So 2 cap levels, which each have 4 stars. And there's another side level, which is Blocky Mess, which he probably won't be going to. That level seems pretty long for something like this, especially considering overworld movement and the difficulty of the level. But yeah, a couple quick stars here. Forgot a star in lava, of course, that plays slow. As you can see, like, as CB's saying, this road is very adaptable. Like, even though he, like, messed up, I guess. I don't even know if he's using splits, but, like, even though he's like, oh no, I missed that star, it's like, I'm fine, I can just do a different star and it will be about the same time. Maybe a second faster or a second slower. That star's pretty cool. Basically, you do C up slides, which gives you a bunch of speed, and then if you hit lava with that, you'll have a bunch of speed, but you want to keep your stick neutral as much as you can, because if you're holding a direction with that, then you will lose all your speed. So yeah, it's only going to be getting 2 stars there. Over at course 3, the castle. This is probably the easiest level in the game. This level is pretty chill, so I doubt CB will have too many issues here. Ooh, I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Professor Layton music. Yeah, that was Commentator's Curse there. It was just blatantly, completely Commentator's Curse, actual fraud. But yeah, cool thing about this game. So basically, this is Red Matt's major hack. For years, he was making short, like 1-level Kaizo hacks and stuff like that for competitions, as well as like just for fun. Like this level was originally a spooky themed castle. It was made for Simple Flips' Halloween competition back in the day, maybe like 2018 or 2019. But yeah, he compiled all these levels, all 10 of them that he made, and put them together into a major hack. I think thematically it kind of works that it's like you can go to any level at the beginning, because it's in ways it's like a level compilation from Red Mat, but also it does feel somewhat cohesive. Well, still having that, you know, senseless delirium, as it says, like things fit together and they don't at the same time. You know what I mean? Huge fraud. little skip there without triple jump, because you're supposed to normally triple jump on the other slope onto that one and then butt slide. We're gonna showcase the true ending. He told me that he didn't want to do that, so I'm gonna assume no, but... Like, I don't know if he's as practiced at the true ending, but... It might be a possibility. Maybe he was looking into it, but... Yeah. With that, he like slid off. Skipped a couple of these chain jumps. Skipped another one of those chains right there. You do want to be careful with these. You can get that star. Oh, he goes good for the ground pound. Very nice. Yeah, CB said he was having a bit of back pain before this run, unfortunately. Hope he was feeling better. I was telling him, like, hey man, like, focus on your health. But he wanted to do the run, so... Shout out the GOAT, pushing through. Wants to put on a show for y'all, and so far he's been doing a great job. Yeah, you have that, like, upward wind right there for the star. That jump is so finicky. It's like, you're doing an arch, but you still have an inward angle, so it's like you have to really do some awkward straining for that one. That star gives me a lot of trouble, usually. Man, CB is crushing this, though. We're almost halfway through in the stars, and we were only 10 minutes in, so... That goes to show how fast this game is, especially when played deathless. Yeah, he's doing a BLJ here to skip a pretty long star. That's like a very obvious strat right there. For some reason it took me a while to find it, but it's just... It makes that star completely trivial. Every time he says something good about the run, something happens. Another pretty big skip right here. You have to do some weird straining with these wall kicks, but this skips an entire wall kick section. Where you like go back, forth, and then back again through these wall kicks. Very nice, very nice. Again, I cannot stress how hard it is to get some of these stars consistent. Like, I tried AD Star, man, trying to get all these stars consistent. It's just like, you're bound to have like 2 or 3 deaths per star, and you're just like, okay, that's fine, I'm okay with that. Okay, he's not doing the neutral thing, interesting. But he is going for this star, which is some call the worst star in the game. I'm inclined to agree. It's still a fun star, I do like it, but it is the worst in the game. Like, goes to show how quality this game is. Doing a pause buffer there, because that ground pound is like 1 or 2 frames, so you do want to make sure you're getting it on the right frame. There we go. Good the hell. CB knows his pace, man. All right, he knows what he's doing right now. He knows he's crushing it. So he's gonna be doing the slide kick star. Yeah. The other star is quite long. So this star is a little silly because a lot of these slide kicks right here are frame perfect, or maybe 1 or 2 frames to get them, or at least to like maintain speed. He does go for a long jump in the last one, which is a pretty nice strat. That makes it so it's a way less tight input than a slide kick. Yeah, super clean run so far. There's so many 6 stars in this game, especially in that level, and also this level right here. This star right here is one of my favorites in the game. Oh, wow, very nice. You got switch platforming. Basically, when you roll out on a switch and like do the landing, you'll have like a little bit of time to turn around, so... There are a couple different ways to do this. Some people like cheese it with a way more lame way of doing it, but CB kinda did it the intended way there. Pretty much, Phantom, yeah. You get it. If you're a casual player and you haven't played Senseless Delirium yet, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? I think I've said that for like every game I've ran so far, but like it's certainly true for this game. Okay, he's playing this safe. That's alright. I don't know if he quite got the movement he was going for, but yeah, you're trying to go for like a triple jump here while also not ledge grabbing the sides there, which is pretty tight. Mushi, I honestly do recommend Senseless Delirium to you. I think you'd really like it. That and the Eternal Realm, I think if you you like SS4, man, that's all I'm saying. I think you'll... I think you have a taste for good Kaizo. It's just you haven't dipped your toes in enough. Alright, very nice. Shroom Swamp. He's gonna be going to the wing cap level. Maybe 1 or 2 stars here would be fast. I think if more than that, I think he does just want the cap switch. Actually, I'm not sure if he's gonna be using the cap switch or anything. We'll see. But I'm as surprised as you guys are. But... yeah, the stars in this game are so precise. The fact that he's nailing them as much as he is a testament to his skill. There you go. Give us small space to get a long jump off there. Very nice. In the soup store. Another pretty tight start here. If you know the metal cap lava bouncing tunnel in unfortunately, if you know the metal cap lava bouncing tunnel in Treasure World, this is pretty much that, but wing cap. It's don't bonk. Unfortunately, it didn't turn quite enough on that corner there. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Ah. It's so hard to see with this, especially he's trying to do very fast flying here. You could do this with much slower flying, but it's a little rough regardless. He really is playing extremely fast, so this has been a treat to watch so far. Oh my goodness, I need to stop talking, man. The last 2 weren't my fault. That one was my fault. That one was all me. Oop. DLC. Chugging a little bit for a second there, but we're all good. Might be playing it safe here. Okay, good. Looking good. Okay. Well, unfortunate, but we get through it. Yeah, I do try to take that flight very slowly, just because it's... my goodness, this is hard. Yeah, bro's going like 100 miles per hour in a school zone right now. But like it's summer, so it's fine. You're allowed to do that, I think. Happy SSRM! Alright, gonna be doing this crazy box star. If you side flip that with crazy box, you can pretty much land wherever. And that's what's abused for this star. SR4 port. Only thing I don't like about this game is some of the music just doesn't have good ports, or I just like don't like the songs. But this one's a little egregious. It's not too noticeable usually. Wow, I've never seen anyone do a slide kick into that. That was really cool. Oh, and then he presses B at the end to get out of the C up slide. That was really, really sick. Oh my goodness, that's unfortunate. Somehow didn't get the ledge grab there. That was honestly weird. Probably held down for like 1 frame or something, and it was just... It's all good. This run had such a fast start that, like, honestly, he can afford some of these deaths. Yes, you're supposed to do a rollout into those because those slopes are not steep enough. Same with this one. Or they're too steep to just kick up or anything. Very nice, very nice. Why no grab? I agree, man. Alright, gonna be doing a pretty cool strat here. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, you're able to wall kick on just that tiny part of slope right there to skip most of these. Ooh. So tight, man. The moves he's going for are just so tight. Already at 28 stars in 18 minutes is just such a pace. Nah, you're not gonna get spoiled, don't worry. There's over half the game that you're not seeing. And even those stars are pretty quick, honestly. Like, it's... I guess there are a couple slightly longer stars in the game, but... yeah, most of this game is generally very fast. I was trying to route 40 star at one point and I just completely gave up because I was like, dude, there's no way to route this. Every star is fast. Like, what do I do? So, like, at that point you just go for consistency, but then there's always going to be time saved, and it's just like, okay, I'm not really feeling this. I enjoy 80 star a lot more, but thankfully we've got CB to take over. Alright, probably gonna go for this again. Getting that C up off is really weird. Sometimes it just doesn't work. I don't fully understand that star. Okay, grab. Nice, okay. I figured he was going to go for a pause buffer there, because sometimes you just don't know if you're going to be able to arch out of that. Can be a quarter frame lottery, but also it feels easier in that arch than a lot of other arches. Believe me, I did, Phantom. Didn't help. That's alright. Quick death. Yeah, this is a pretty funny star right here. I am very interested in his strat and how he was able to get this one consistent, because I tend to pause buffer this one a lot, I'll say that. Ooh, very nice. This one you're basically going into these little like holes right here, which are all full of ceilings, I guess. They're pretty much ceilings. And then with that you can build up a bunch of speed. Nice. Beautiful. Beautifully executed. You can build up a bunch of speed and then just release all that speed at once to get some much faster slope jumps. But it is so hard to figure out when you're going to be able to escape that it's just... I end up pause buffering that one and then just pressing A when I see that I'm out of the... when I'm out of the hole. Able to start casually. It's a weird one, for sure. Apparently if you have notches it's easier, like you can just hold up and it works, but I'm not sure if I'd buy that. That was just some BS collision, honestly. Going to Skyscraper City. This was Red Matt's first level that he's ever made. I remember back in 2017, 2018, watching G-On97 play this from this new guy called Red Matt, and I was like, huh, this looks really good. Cinema. Yeah. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. Ground pound just slightly too low. Luckily this is a pretty fast star, so it's not too tragic, but still, it's just that one hurts, I'm sure. How is he so bad at this, bro? 0 out of 10 commentator. What was he picking? I think we should all strive to be Red Matt. I mean, there's obviously, like, room for, like... This is a very specific type of Kaizo, and it's not for everyone, but... I've heard most people enjoy this hack. Like, there are very few people that don't, you know what I mean? This is certainly a crowd pleaser kind of Kaizo. Ooh, very nice. Pumptate uranium myself once so you could curse yourself. It's like, okay, this shouldn't be too hard, and then you just die, and you're like, oh, well, now it's certainly my fault. Now there's definitely no one to blame. A commentator cursed it, and a run cursed it. Vertical arch here. Ah, slightly mistimed. Triple jump. Definitely doesn't overstay its welcome. For sure. All the stars are pretty good length, and also the game's a pretty good length at 80 stars. It's enough to like be a challenge while not being overwhelming. Like, for example, I love like Starbench 4.9. I think that's a great starter Kaizo, but like, man, that is a journey if you are if you're doing that as your first Kaizo. That is going to take you weeks. Just because it's such a long hack. This is like very straightforward, a lot more simple. Uses complicated gimmicks, breaks them down simply. Okay, that was a bad collision, unfortunately. Yeah, that's another thing Phantom pointed out, is that there's not really a lot of like downtime between jumps. It's literally just like he has the ideas for the jumps and he just puts them together. He doesn't need to like put any filler. Ooh, beautiful strat. I love that strat. I think I've seen that one before, but I'm so glad he went for it. Such a fun one. Yeah, they both have their appeal because they're different challenges. Some people like the consistency, more patience-based runs. Yeah. And in a blink of an eye, we're already only 5 stars left in the run. Okay. So this star's a little weird. So basically you're supposed to do some complicated setup to glitchy wall kick that one. And that's why the collision's a little weird there, is because like you're intended to glitchy wall kick on it, but it's like... What he's trying to do is he's trying to skip it with a triple jump wall kick, where I think you need a second frame? I think it might be a second frame wall kick. Yeah, Devastated Forest. A lot of cool stars here. There's one in particular that CB's not going to be doing, that uses a whole setup. It's a fun one. Ironical shoe wall kick. He's not going to be doing 5 punches and like doing a little dance. Alright, we're speedrunning. This man knows what's fast and he goes for it. Very nice. Normally you do that with a straight angle, but obviously CB going balls to the walls. As a speedrun, because these levels are so short, it's like... It feels different from a lot of like Kaizo runs, where it's like, okay, obviously every death is like really punishing and bad because the stars are so long, but here it's like... I don't know if you guys watched Fangame Marathon the past weekends, but some of those like I Want to Be the Guy Fangame runs, where it's like, oh, deaths are bad, obviously, like you don't want to die, but it's not the end of the world. You can have such quick retries to the point where it's like, okay, that's kind of expected and honestly, like, fine. Obviously, you want to minimize them as much as possible, but the run's not immediately, like, way worse because you died. You gotta be going really careful. Some weird collision over here. Specific spots you want to wall kick at. That was a very 6-star. So don't take ages. Nah, you got it. Alright. What's the plan here? I believe he's gonna be doing the Sombro Slope star. People call these Sombro Slopes because like the first usage of them was in Realm Invasion. But apparently, technically, Red Mat made this level beforehand, so you just like released it later. So you could call them Red Mat Slopes, or you could just call them Sideways Slopes, because that's what they are. Oh, just ever so slightly. I saw what he was doing there. Basically, he was like... He was going neutral there, because you want to stay neutral on the Sideways Slopes. But he wanted to hold up for 1 frame, just so he could have more movement in the air, because otherwise you would get one of those like slope jumps where you don't have that much movement. You can see he like held up right there. But you want to be really careful for this one, because... Yeah, just ever so slightly too early, unfortunately. That is a really tight jump. Like, you want to start it up high on the slope to build enough speed, and you also don't want to jump too late, you don't want to jump too early. Yeah, a lot of people didn't love this level. I'd say this is one of the least popular in the game. But to verify that, be sure to check out Red Slim's video of ranking every level in this game. Pretty hype. Good video. Enjoyed. Very fun. I edited some of it. It was really good video. Watch today. Alright, last star on the run. He's gonna be doing this one. Okay, so normally you're supposed to do a pretty convoluted speed kick setup here. But he's going to be skipping all that with this. Makes it look easy. That is way more precise than it looks, especially that triple jump up there. Oh cool, we're getting an oh cool. This is quite a fantastic pace right now. But we are at 40 stars, we were able to beat the game in 28 minutes. Kind of ridiculous, honestly. Yeah, he's gonna be doing the so-called bad ending. This game has a bad ending for 40 stars, and a good ending for 80 stars. Worst level in the game. I don't think this level is actually like that bad, but like compared to Good Ending, which is one of the best Kaizo levels ever made, it certainly pales in comparison. But I wouldn't call it a bad level, pretty much ever. This part right here, you're supposed to be doing slope jumps in between these glass panes, but obviously you just wall kick and skip past them. Be careful. Pretty nice triple jump. You gotta do a whirl out here into this slope. Is he gonna frame walk? Or nope, he's gonna be doing wall kicks. Ooh. Oh, very nice save. Wow, I was not convinced I was gonna ledge grab. Okay, so this level is split into 3 parts. The first part is coming up here to get this vanish cap switch. You jump back down and grab the vanish cap. You open a cannon, I believe. Yeah. And then once you open the cannon, you can get to the end of the level. Whoever's hosting, time will be coming up at the end of this level, so I would start getting prepared. Big momentum jump right there. This seems like a weird way of traversing this, honestly. I don't know if I did this exact same method of traversal. What? Oh my goodness. I think he might have accidentally hit D-pad up there and that messed him up. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh my goodness. At least, each one of these little like sections kind of serves as a checkpoint, so because he already got the vanish cap, he is able to kind of start from 1/3 into the level. Doing some slope jumps to get back up. He does need the speed from that slope to make that jump. Yeah, not too costly. We're able to get back pretty easily. That could be a controller disconnect, honestly. He has been having issues with those, unfortunately. Tight there, second frame. Ooh, wow. Okay, going for the pause buffer triple. Smart. You do need to do these relatively quickly. Oh, you can make that with a double jump. That is awesome. I think... Oh, wow, that might actually be it. He just skipped the cannon. I didn't even realize. Time is... now. Time. Oh my goodness. I didn't even know that route through the level existed. That was crazy. That caught me completely off guard. Normally you're supposed to open the cannon. I was like, this seems longer and like a different way of traversing this level. But my goodness, that was a fantastic run. GG's to CB. That was Senseless, Delirium 40 star, the any percent ISC category. What a run. It is always a treat to watch this man move the guy. Unfortunate for the controller disconnections. Oh my god, that's me! Anyway. Yeah, big shout out to all these people. All these lovely, lovely names in the chat. We do have some more shout outs in the 80 star ending, which I do not believe he's gonna do, but... yeah. Absolutely crushed that. Again, all these lovely people. Well, I would have been you. Inspiration, the Bloody Seven, Local Lord, Sombra, Rambi. Yeah, you know, some legendary names in the Kaizo creations. Scene, if you will. Shout out these 43. GG CB, good work, man. I should be checking Discord in case he's saying anything. Okay, he's not. One attempt at 80, alright, let's do it. Let's see if he's gonna be showing up. We pretty much went to every level in the game, except like Blocky Mess and maybe some other level. I don't quite remember. But he's gonna be showing off the 80-star ending real quick. Let's see if he's able to do it. I know he's good at this ending. That doesn't count. Okay, that doesn't count. Come on. I know he's good at this one because he was in a Kaizo tournament at Fan Game Marathon. Not last Fan Game Marathon, but the one before that, where he first tried this star against Nenlik. It was a little ridiculous. So he knows this one, and I'm sure he's not going to be holding back. So yeah, this is the good ending. This level only unlocks when you get 80 stars. Fantastic port right here. I was complaining about the music earlier, but shouts to this song. Shouts to Asbeth for doing this one. That is interesting. I don't know if he was concerned about controller disconnect or something. Aww. Okay, he's setting a safe state. Okay, so he's just gonna be showing off the whole thing. That's alright. No worries there. That's a tight jump. So. It might have been King Toe. I think I reused it. That tourney also had like a weird camera and weird physics because it was like a Scott creation. Alright, I'm gonna be setting another safe state. That right there intended is to do a dive grind off the slope. Just kind of finicky, but it works. Yeah, this level is wall kicks, slopes, more wall kicks and slopes. Mostly a constant movement kind of thing. Super Mario can't stop, if you will. Shouts to Bakuro, probably took some inspiration from this hack. Basically, the idea is you're going through the whole thing, the whole couple-minute gauntlet, and you're not allowed to stop. You need to be locked in the entire time. Kind of reminiscent of something like Super Mario World Kaizo. I think that was certainly an inspiration for Red Mat, but yeah, this level's kind of incredible. I can't not reuse it. Point safe, all goods. Getting all those like walls like angled perfectly, like to work together, is harder than it looks. Like you got them like perfectly fine. Ooh, yeah, I was gonna say that did seem a bit low. Oh my god, you hear that? I'm pretty sure that's CB's controller disconnecting. Like, yeah, either trigonometry or many tests. That's pretty much it. But yeah, if you're able to do like a butt slide onto quicksand, you're like holding A there, you're able to get a little bounce off of it and not actually sink in the quicksand, and that's used to keep the momentum there. He could have very easily made that not quicksand, but he just made it quicksand. Because you're not stopping, alright? You're not supposed to stop in this level. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and he's coming up near the end of it right now. I'm sure he could have easily gotten it stateless, but yeah. We need you guys to... You get the idea. Alright. Do some butt bounce, slide into a double jump right into here. And here's the good ending. Similar area to the bad ending, but this one's a little more like personal. We've got a bunch of profile pictures here, shrines to commemorate some of the greats in the Runback community. Shout out to all these lovely people. Got Void right there, the SRM guy. That's... Yeah, all these lovely people. Yeah, I gotta show them all off. Give them their flowers. Monk. The Bloody 7. That's Morning's old PFP. A lot of these are older PFPs. Shout CB! There he is. Cinema. Ramby Rampage. Yeah, Red Slim was not around, unfortunately, so was not able to Good stuff. Choking to a deckage. Maddie Buh! Old Simple Flips PFP. There's Agleb. Dude, I love Chris Link. Alright, I believe that's just about it, so yeah, thank you guys for watching. That was Super Mario Senseless Delirium, run by the big man, CaptainBowser. What a run. That was a treat to watch, my friends. Alright, yeah, he said he wanted to show off the time he got at the end, 32:05, because his gap between IGT and real time is a lot bigger. Like, he seems to get more lag than most runners for some reason. I guess it's a computer thing. But yeah, 32:05. Pretty nice run. Let me see what record it is. Type it in real quick, unless he's already got it. 32:46. So that is a new record, right? Is that record? I'm pretty sure that's record. Wow, I did not even realize that. That's awesome. Unless he has a better time that he hasn't submitted to SRCom, but it seems like record on SRCom's a 32:46, which, yeah, that's a new record, 32:05. Massive stuff. I'm sure he could cut some of those deaths and get to sub 30, but the difficulty of that is just incredible. Like, it's insane. That run was already so well played, despite all the deaths, so yeah. Seems like CB's going off, so he can move us over. GG's.